All right, guys, I'm going to share with you a special G-Shock square that I picked up from my buddy Steve at JTM Watches. I'll put a link to his Instagram. That's probably the best way to get a hold of him. He has a website, but the website is really not the best way to get a hold of him. You can get a hold of him through his Instagram. So he's been sourcing me some like JDM type watches or watches from the Asia market that really can't be had or easily had in the US market where I am. So this is the gw-b5600sgz-7. So this was one of 5. There was 5 watches released in this series. The series is the Savage 5, I think is what they call it, or aka the 5 Tiger Generals. It goes, I don't know the full story, but it's some Chinese folklore type stories with wisdom, benevolence, righteousness, faith, and propriety. And this one is labeled as the benevolence one. So there's some history there. Actually, what I'll do in the description, I'll put a link to where I visit way too often. I think most G-Shock fans know of this, but it's the G Central website. That's a really good source for news. Of course, you can also do, YouTube. There's G-Shock High Fashion and a couple other channels. Maybe I'll go crazy down in the description, and I'll just put some resources down there that I typically utilize when trying to satisfy my obsession in the G-Shock world. So, but let's talk about the case size real quick. 42.8 millimeter case width, and a lug to lug, if you can call it that, is about 48 millimeter thickness, just over 12.5 millimeter. This is going to be the softer white resin versus the glossy that you see on like the G-Lide series. So you can see there it's more of a matte finish instead of a shiny finish. And then that was, I think it makes it a little easier for them to put this special print on there. And this is all part of the designer. I forget his name. It's all in the, it'll be all in the description, but you can see some pretty cool designs on this strap, and then carries over to the case as well. I just really liked the white colorway with kind of a tan and orange with the negative display. Is just a really good, fun colorway, I think. Here's a look at the case back there. I believe that's maybe some logo from the designer using the module 3461. So that will be the Tough Solar Multiband 6 and Bluetooth in the square. That's the module for all of those options on it. You can actually see their Bluetooth logo, multiband 6, and then of course it does have Tough Solar as well. Is it hard to read? Yeah, it's a little hard to read. It's not like, I didn't get one out, I can grab one. It's not like the negative display on the more premium squares. You can see how easy those are to read versus these guys here. So if you thought you didn't like negative displays and you bought one of the older G-Shocks with a negative display, that is going to confirm your suspicion. The newer premium squares with a negative display are completely legible, totally different day or night. Most light sources, they're easy to read. These are not so much the case, but still fun. I still enjoy them, and I do still wear them. Actually a little easier to read in direct sunlight. In the studio light, it's actually, I mean, it pretty much disappears unless you get the right angle. So it's going to have a mineral crystal on there. It's not sapphire or anything like that. These are pretty entry level, typically entry level. But when you get special editions like these, where they have special packaging and like a special tin for this one, and I'm sure it's kind of limited. I don't know, they're not numbered or anything like that, but I'm sure they're kind of limited in some fashion. At least they'll do the run and then they're done. It's not like they're going to keep them in the production line, like a GA 2100 or, a 5610 or something like that, where they were left in production. This is not going to be that case. This was like a collaboration and then they're done. So it was announced October of 2020, and then it was kind of rolled out like in certain countries starting in early November, and then it kind of moved through some countries. So here it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. So I know white G-Shocks certainly aren't everybody's taste, but this is more of a collector type square, occasional wear and just keep it clean. I think you'll be fine. Most of these collaboration squares are not really worn that often. I'm sure the people that own them might wear them occasionally, but most of them are purchased with collection building in mind, I think, is the primary source. US price on these, if you look on eBay or wherever your source, you're going to be in the $290 range. That's actually what I paid Steve at JTM for on this guy, is I paid him $290, but that was, I think that was my total price shipped from, I believe he's in Japan, honestly. So I am not mad about that at all. Should retain its value pretty good, but mostly I just wanted to see the thing, you know, I just wanted to check it out. I get in these G-Shock Square buying sprees, such as the case with this release here. I actually bought 2 of these guys, so and around the same time I actually picked up this guy. So we can check out the light as well. I don't think there's any special backlighting on it. Yeah, no, it's just a regular. It does do the fade on and fade off though, which is kind of nice. That's how those newer metal ones are as well. So it's basically these newer modules basically do it. Which, what is the module number on this guy? I'm gonna think about that. So this is a 3459, and this is a 3461. So they are different modules. It would be kind of nice, but maybe they just size-wise they're more designed for the metal ones. But if they were to do those displays in these resin ones, man, that would look a lot nicer, and do the larger buttons, but still have the tough solar Bluetooth and multiband. So that'd be kind of cool. I would probably actually buy more of the resin ones if they were to use this module. So something to think about. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Big thanks to Steve at JTM for always hooking me up with the weird request I bring across to him. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you on the next vid.